those words are getting on the page somehow, some way. And then you look at them and you ask yourself, okay, how does the actual verbiage, the techniques that I'm using, and look at it at a very micro level. Look at like the word choice, the cadences of one paragraph to another. Remember that the beginnings and ends of paragraphs, of sentences, is often where the focus is going to go. This is a psychological proven phenomenon. When you give people a list of items to remember, they remember the beginning and the end, they forget everything in the middle. It's been proven in studies again and again and again. So if your sentences, you want to make sure that you've got the important stuff at the beginnings and the ends. Same thing with paragraphs. When you put something in a paragraph all by itself, a sentence or a word all by itself, that's going to be like, I call it verbal highlighter. It's forcing your reader to really zoom in and see that word as if it's been highlighted with a highlighter. Looking at things like rhythm, read the passage aloud and feel how it sounds in your mouth as you're saying it. That's going to give you a sense for the cadence and the rhythm. Or that at the ends of sentences, our voices go down. So that's going to create a sentence, a feeling of stopping at the end of a sentence or at the end of a paragraph. So all of these things, you ask yourself, how do those things reflect the big theme, the fortune cookie that is your story? And then you say, all right, I know how it affects it. Is that how I want it to be affected? And that is the big question, because if it's not how you want it to affect the theme, you can change it. And so the goal, ultimately, what I tell my students is by the time you are done editing your book, every single thing that is in your book should be there on purpose. It should not be a happy accident. And that's where every word counts still holds for 120,000 words versus 120 words, because every word counts. Maybe you're putting the words into a poem word by word, maybe in a 120,000 word epic, you're putting things in paragraph by paragraph, chunk by chunk, but they're still in there on purpose, the same way that each of those 120 words in that poem are in there on purpose.